How to read and remember any book. Your time is one of your greatest assets. It's the one thing you can't get back. Have you ever read something only to forget it the next day? You are not alone. Psychologists refer to this as the forgetting curve. Research suggests that humans forget approximately 50% of what they learn within an hour and an average of 70% within 24 hours. I will share advanced strategies to accelerate your learning and retention. Research suggests that our natural ability to concentrate runs between 10 to 40 minutes. If we spend any longer on a given task, we get diminishing return on our investment of time because our attention starts to wander. For that reason, I suggest you use the Pomodoro technique, a productivity method developed by Francisco Cirillo based on the idea that the optimal time for task is 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. Each 25-minute chunk is called a Pomodoro. When it comes to learning, the Pomodoro technique works for reasons related to memory. Specifically, the effect of primacy and recency. The effect of primacy is that you are more likely to remember what you learned in the beginning of a learning session, a class, a presentation, or even a social interaction. If you go to a party, you might meet 30 strangers. You are most likely to remember the first few people that you meet, unless you have been trained to remember names with my method, which I will teach you later. Did you know that the very act of reading this book will make you smarter? I realize that's a big claim, but I am completely convinced that is true. You will think about how this applies to your current life and you will imagine how you can use the knowledge you are taking in. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, every now and then a man's mind is stretched by a new idea or sensation. When you read any book, you have the opportunity to stretch the range of your mind and it will be never the same. Here is a simple method for learning anything quickly. This is called the FASTER method. The acronym FASTER stands for Forget, Act, State, Teach, Enter, Review. Here's the breakdown. F is for forget. The key to laser focus is to remove or forget that which distracts you. There are three things you want to forget at least temporarily. First is what you already know. When learning something new, we tend to assume we understand more than we do about the subject. What we think we know about the topic can stand in the way of our ability to absorb new information. One of the reasons children learn rapidly is because they are empty vessels. They know they don't know. Some people who claim to have 20 years of experience have 1 year of experience that they have repeated 20 times. To learn beyond your present sense of restraint, I want you to temporarily suspend what you already know or think you know about the topic and approach it with the what Zen philosophy calls a beginner's mind. Remember that your mind is like a parachute, it only works when it's open. The second thing is to forget what's not urgent or important, contrary to popular belief. Brain doesn't multitask. More on this later. If you are not fully present, it will be difficult for you to learn when your focus is split. Finally, forget about your limitations. These are the preconceived notions you believe about yourself, such as that your memory isn't good or that you are slow learner. Spend at least temporarily you believe is possible. I know this may sound difficult, but keep an open mind to what you can do. After all, since you are reading this book, some part of you remember this, if you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. Your capabilities aren't fixed and it's possible to learn anything. A is for act. Traditional education has trained many people that learning is a passive experience. You sit quietly in class, you don't talk to your neighbor, and you consume the information. But learning is not a spectator sport. The human brain does not learn as much by consumption as it does by creation. I want you to ask yourself how you can become more active in your learning. Take notes. If you make everything important, then nothing becomes important. More active you are, the better, faster, and more you will learn. S is for state. Learning is state dependent. Your state is a current snapshot of your emotions. It is highly influenced by your thoughts, psychology, and the physical condition of your body physiology. Theory about a subject in a specific situation affect the learning process and ultimately the results. Prove this. I'm guessing there's a song, fragrance, or food that can take you back to your childhood. Information times emotion helps to create long-term memories. Once information times emotion helps to create long-term memory. The opposite is also true. What was the predominant emotional state you felt back in school? When I ask audience to this question, most people in the room shout out boredom. In all likelihood, you can relate to this. If your emotional energy at school was low, it's no wonder you forget the predictable. But when you take control of your state of mind and body, you can shift your experience of learning from boredom to excitement, curiosity, and even fun. Remember, all learning is state dependent. Consciously choose states of joy, fascination, and curiosity. T is for teach. If you want to cut your learning curve dramatically, learn with the intention of teaching the information to someone else. Think about it. If you know you have to give a presentation on what you learned, you will approach how you learned a topic with the intention of mastering it well enough to explain it to someone else. Will pay closer attention, your note might be more detailed, and you might even ask better questions. You teach something, you get to learn it twice. Once on your own, and then again once on your own, and again through educating another person. Learning isn't always solo, it can be social. E is for enter. What is the simplest and most powerful personal performance tool? We enter important things on our schedule. Work meeting, parents teaching gathering, dentist appointments, taking fluffy to the vet, and so on. Do you know what a lot of people don't schedule? Personal growth and development. It's not on your calendar. There's a good chance it's not getting done. It's too easy for a day just slap by with you, getting to work out your body and brain. R is for review. One of the best ways to reduce the effects of the forgetting curve is actively recall what you learned with spaced repetition. You are better able to retain information by reviewing in multiple spreads out of sessions. Your brain will give greater value to the review material. Remember that nothing is impossible. All things is possible if you do with your heart. Now I summarize all above the faster method information. F is for forget. It means focusing by forgetting the prior understanding, distractions, and limiting beliefs of what is possible. A is for act. It means being active in the process. You should taking notes, highlight, and practice asking yourself relevant questions as you read. S is for state. It means to manage your state of being as you read. Taking in regularly with your energy levels and being proactive in adjusting your motivation as needed. T is for teaching. It means to teach what you learn to others, so you may all benefit. E is for enter. It means to entering your reading time in your calendar. Because of it's in your schedule, you will do it. R is for review. It means to review what you have already learned so you can remember it better before moving on to something new. Hence, you can learn anything easier and faster.